So talking about states of integrity, we're the state of disloyalty is the lowest state of integrity. 80% of humanity is in a state of disloyalty, and that's because of the power structure above us. Those who control our information, those who control our, our, um, our educational system and our banking system and every aspect of our life are people who are quote unquote in power, what they call power, what we think of as power, and which they promoted as power, which is really not power at all. It's a form of domination, control, manipulation, and deception. Things we've talked about before about the new paradigm and the old paradigm. The old paradigm based in foundation of the domination, control, manipulation, deception. In the new paradigm we are part of now, and we have been for quite some time, that we're slowly, well, it's actually speeding up, but it seems very slow for most people. Acclimating to goodness, truth, and beauty, magic, miracles, magic and a high magic, light, bright, light magic. And goodness, truth, beauty, miracles, charm, elegance, ease, grace, that's power. Power is the maximum results with the least amount of effort, which is what elegance is. So those who've been controlling and running our society and programming and indoctrinating us into a way of thinking are disloyal. And they're hidden. They're in a world of deception. And their divisiveness and their way of promoting things is to say one thing and do another. They have no intention. They can only be trusted as far as you can throw them. They're the only thing they can be trusted to be is mistrusted. You can trust them to be mistrustworthy. 80% of humanity lives in this malaise and dream world of disloyalty. They pretend because they've been programmed to pretend. They don't have any loyalty to themselves or others. We can get into the details of each one of these states of integrity because there's the emotional tone. There's a general tone of how we deal with our attitude toward how we deal with life and deal with issues. And then there's the apparent resultant of how we go about resolving things, and from the level of the lowest level of integrity, which is disloyalty, where it's all about deception, to the highest level, or the most conscious level, which is power. But not power over, not domination, control, and manipulation power. That's false power. It's elegance, ease, grace, maximum result, least amount of effort. Okay? So people who are disloyal will say one thing and do another. Okay, we'll get into the steps of how you go from one to the next, but let's identify those levels. The next level above disloyalty, which disloyalty has many, many, many layers of emotional integration and attitudes that we have of how we deal with life and the problems that come our way, or issues that come our way, or just how we deal with life in general. The next level above disloyalty is called adversary. In adversary, you have taken the step of raising your level of integrity to a small degree. In adversary, it's all about playing for position rather than results. People who are in adversary think they know it all. They think they're the end all be all and the final word to whatever the final word is, be it right or wrong. Because they said it, it must be true. But they're a good depiction of somebody who is disloyal is when you see these mountain goats ramming their horns together and never stopping and not even thinking. It's just ramming the horns. They're adversarial. They're there to be an obstacle. They're there to be a cross flow and a counterflow to what might be true, right? Or it might not be true, but it doesn't matter because they play for position rather than result. Their position is the most important thing that matters. So that's second level of integrity above disloyalty. Then above disloyalty and adversary is uncertainty. Now, in the level of disloyalty and adversary, you can't have a working, satisfying relationship with yourself or anybody else. And neither can you in uncertainty. Uncertainty is a level where you begin to sort of take responsibility, but you're not taking responsibility for your life. You look for something or someone outside of you to make those decisions for you. You can't make, you're not going to make that decision yourself. You might have stepped outside of being adversarial and you're a little uncertain about where you are and what's going on, but you're not going to take responsibility for your own choices. You look for something or someone outside of you to make those choices for you as long as you're in uncertainty. And those who are manipulating can keep you in uncertainty. You become reliant upon those who are disloyal and adversarial to you. And you can see that in politics and stuff, right? So if they get people in uncertainty and confusion and or you're in that level, that state of uncertainty, you can't take responsibility for yourself. You're looking for something or someone outside of you to make those decisions. That way, if they make the decision and you don't, that's not your problem. They made the decision or they told you what decision to make. And you can always blame. You can always say, well, you told me I should make that choice. You told me that's what I should think of and how to think and all of that. Okay. So that's uncertainty. And then the next level is detriment.